Hit the like button, comment, subscribe. It's Smoke Man Joe, guys, and we back at it talking NFL football, guys. I know you guys been waiting on me to get back to it, and finally the time has come where we're about to be covering the NFL. Actually, we're about to start covering each and every team, every division. So, what better way to start this thing off than talking about my Las Vegas Raiders, guys? No better way to kick off the new season than discussing my favorite team. I know I'm probably gonna get a lot of flack from this, guys, but it is what it is because if you've been following me, especially last year down the stretch, you would know outside of the playoff game against the Bengals, we won 5 straight games with the Raiders down the stretch, guys, when everybody went the other way over my Raiders and got their ass burned, and rightfully so. And from the looks of it, it's going to be a lot of these other YouTube cappers finna get burned again betting against the Raiders because I'm hearing people hollering about we might not even sniff 6 or 7 games. They must be, I don't know what the hell they smoking. I smoke the best over here, but I don't know what those guys over there doing because if they don't think the Raiders is going to win more than 8.5 games, they need to go ahead and quit talking football, guys. I'm just going to be honest, man. We got a lot of momentum coming into this season, especially after the way last season ended and everything that we went through last season. And for us to just be disrespected again, guys, it's no way the Raiders should be favorite, well, underdogs in our division, especially the fourth best team in our division. It's just no way, guys. The Broncos, the Chargers, neither one of those teams made the playoffs last year. So how the hell are they in front of us? But it is what it is. Me as a sports bettor, I wouldn't want it no other way, guys. Simply because we're gonna get a lot of value with the Raiders straight out the gate, man. Enough chitter chatter about all that. I done wrote down every team's schedule, and I'm just about to go ahead and start giving my preview and predictions for every game, guys. Like I said, if you go back and watch my Raiders video last year for season totals, I had my Raiders going 12-5. We finished 10-7, and for the most part, outside of the Kansas City games, the Cincinnati game, and it was one more. I think it might have been the Chargers. The first time we played them. Other than that, we got everything right, guys. I knew when to bet against my boys, and I knew when to stay on them. It's the same this season. We're gonna come out the gate just like we did last year, guys. So get your bankroll ready. It's about to be a lot of money made here on this channel, and I want you guys to ride along with me. But nevertheless, let's go ahead and get right into it. We got week 1. We got the LA Chargers. We're going to LA, but this is technically going to be a home game for the Raiders. It's a revenge spot for the Chargers because you know how they ended the season last year, but it is what it is. I know everybody got high expectations for the Chargers this year, and rightfully so. Their quarterback looking like he's going to be a future Hall of Famer one day. Um, the defense is getting solid. You know, they added a few pieces over there on the defense side of the ball. But let's be honest, guys. Let's go back to a few years ago when the Chargers had the number 1 offense and the number 1 defense, and it didn't even matter. They didn't even sniff the playoffs then, guys. So we need to just pump the brakes on them. We need to pump the brakes on the Broncos because I'm not just going to sit here and tell you that these guys are going to make Super Bowl runs or nothing like that. I don't see it happening. Not this year. Not for either team. But in week 1, I got my Raiders to defeat the Chargers. It will be a very, very tight game, I believe, in my opinion. But nevertheless, the Raiders will win week 1 over the LA Chargers. Week 2, we got our first home game against the Arizona Cardinals. This is another win in my book for the Raiders, simply because it's our home opener. Arizona dealing with a lot of issues, guys. We don't know what the hell they're going to look like coming out the gate. No D-Hop for the first few weeks for them. That's troublesome in my book, guys. Going against this high-power offense that we're going to bring on the field this year, I really truly believe the Raiders are going to start the season 2-0 after defeating the Arizona Cardinals in week 2. Week 3, we go battle the Tennessee Titans. This game will be in Tennessee. I have the Raiders to win this game as well, guys. Yep. Like I say, same with Arizona. Tennessee, a lot of question marks. I know a lot of people still kind of high on them. I'm really not, guys. If you got a first round bye in the playoffs, and you lost in your first game, that don't bode well to start the next season. It really don't, guys. And like I said, who the hell Tannehill throwing the ball to? I get it. That division is kind of weak. I understand that, guys. But in a big game like this, in week 3, where this game right here is going to have real big playoff implications very, very early, I got to ride with my Raiders to win this game. Now, week 4 is where it gets very, very tricky. We got a home game against the Denver Broncos. And, guys, I think this is going to be the Raiders' first loss of the season against the Broncos. I get it. I'm really not high on the Broncos, but I do believe that this is the year that we'll split with the Broncos and we'll probably own the Chargers and own the Chiefs. That's just my opinion. And also, you got to look ahead to the next week. The next week will be week 5 after we play Denver. We'll have the Chiefs on the road. And I truly believe that we're going to be overlooking Denver in this spot, looking ahead for the Chiefs in week 5. So I believe that we will lose week 4 and win week 5 against the Kansas City Chiefs. And after that, we're going to bye week, guys, and hopefully we could be 4-1 at that point. And if we're 4-1 at that point, we'll be 2-1 in the division, guys. What better way to start it off? The Raiders have 3 games in the division in the first 5 weeks of the season. So we got to take advantage of this very early. We have to get 2 of these wins in the division to start the season. After the bye week, we got week 7. We're going to be at home against the Houston Texans. There's no way I see Houston beating us, guys. Let's just be honest, man. I mean, Houston probably going to be bottom 5 team this year, man. They're going to be one of the worst teams in the league. They might shock a lot of people early on, but in the end, I don't see Houston doing much this season, guys. I got to roll with my Raiders to win that game. Next up, week 8, we go to New Orleans to play the Saints. And Derek Carr is undefeated against the Saints in his career. But I just think this is going to be another trap game for the Raiders as well. And I got my Raiders losing this game. I just believe it's going to be a trap. And week 9, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I feel like we'll defeat the Jaguars. Now, what I will say is week 9 in Jacksonville is the Raiders' worst spot to be in. They normally don't travel well at 1 o'clock, leaving the West Coast, coming to the East Coast. So, you can kind of lean Jacksonville there for that reason, but I think this is the year that the Raiders get over the hump in this situation. So that's why I had them to win this game and lose the game the week before against the New Orleans Saints. Then after that, week 10, we got the Indianapolis Colts. And I think this will be a game that we will lose, guys. I get it. We defeated Indy last year, but the year before that, they beat us. And it just seemed like we've been going back and forth with the Indianapolis Colts every time we play them back-to-back seasons. And, the Colts are going to be ready for this game, man. They're going to be ready. They got Paul Gunther. Not Paul Gunther, excuse me, Gus Bradley as defensive coordinator. He's going to be looking for revenge. They got Nagwalki as well, and he already said he's going to make the Raiders pay. And I think this is going to be a big game for the Indianapolis Colts. We basically ruined their season last year when we defeated them, even though they still had a chance last week of the season to screw it up against the Jaguars. They got to remember the ass whooping we gave them. And I think they'll find a way to get it done in that game, guys. Next up, week 11, we're at Denver. We will get our payback from the week 4 loss that I believe we'll take against them in this spot. So week 11, I like the Raiders over the Broncos. Week 12, we're going to Seattle. This is a tricky game as well because I think Seattle's going to be a very sneaky team this year. But on paper right now, you got to like the Raiders to beat them as well. After that, we got another matchup against the Chargers. And like I already said, guys, I believe we're going to sweep the Chargers. I know it might not be a popular decision right now, but I'm really sold on my offense this year, and I feel like my offense is going to be top 3, at least top 5. Last year, before Henry Ruggs, we had the number 1 offense, guys, and now we add Devontae Adams. Hopefully, Josh Jacobs will be healthy this year, Man, it's going to be real, real scary in Las Vegas. Week 14, we're at the Rams. Possibly another home game for the Raiders since it's in LA, SoFi Stadium, but I just feel like the Rams, they're going to be clicking around this point. It's going to be week 14. It's going to be late in the season. They're probably going to need this win more than we are. And I think the Rams find a way to get it done. Week 15, revenge spot. You got to love the Raiders over the Patriots. We haven't beat the Patriots in I don't know how long. This is Derek Carr's time. This is the Raiders' time to get over the hump and defeat the Patriots, especially with all the coaching moves that we have, what we done made, from New England. I just think this is the get back, guys. We're going to whoop up on New England, and I can't wait for that Week 15 matchup. Week 16, we're at Pittsburgh. That game is on Christmas Eve. I know we whooped up on Pittsburgh last year, guys, in Week 2. I called that game straight out the gate. But I believe Pittsburgh may sneak and win this game. They just may, guys, because we've owned Pittsburgh the last few times we played them in Pittsburgh. And I just think that this time they're going to have a little trick up their sleeve and they're going to find a way to get it done. Even though I hope we can end the season on a 3-game winning streak, I don't think it's going to happen, guys. I got Pittsburgh to defeat us Christmas Eve. Week 17, we're at home against the San Francisco 49ers. We're going to beat them. The last time we played the San Francisco 49ers, it was on Thursday Night Football, I believe. And, I forgot that dude. I think it was Mullins. Yeah, I think it was Nick Mullins, quarterback that game. Man, he whooped our ass that night on Thursday Night Football. I couldn't believe what I was watching. We haven't played the San Francisco 49ers since then. Payback is a bitch in Week 17 because we will beat the San Francisco 49ers. Last but not least, Week 18, at home, season finale against the Kansas City Chiefs. Like I stated last year, I told everybody in my prediction video of the Raiders last year that the Week 18 matchup against the Chargers was going to come down to basically the division. That's what I thought that game was going to be for, but it was for a playoff spot. So I wasn't wrong. I wasn't right either, but it is what it is. Come Week 18, guys, this game will be for the division, in my opinion. The Raiders will win. The Raiders will finish 12-5 and win the AFC for the first time since 2002, guys. There you guys have it. Season total prediction for the Raiders. I know a lot of these YouTube cappers say bet the under on the Raiders, but I'm here to tell you right now, take the over. I guarantee you that the Raiders will win over 8.5 games. To me, it's one of the easiest teams on the board to cap this year when it's come down to the season totals. That's just my opinion, guys. I know I may sound biased, but it is what it is because I'm giving you guys the best bets possible. Each and every Sunday, each and every week that I come on here and do this, I'm giving you guys the best bets, in my opinion. And I really truly believe that there's no better bet to bet if you're going to bet season totals than the Raiders. It's 8.5 wins. We just won 10 games last year. I feel like we're going to win 12 this year. Like I said, we possibly may win more, but I got to keep this thing real as I possibly can. We will lose some games, of course, and I truly believe like all the games that I told you we'll lose, those will probably be the ones we do lose, with the exception of maybe one more, and that's that Jacksonville game, and that's because of the spot that we're in. That's the Raiders' worst spot. West Coast, traveling East Coast, 1 o'clock, dangerous spot for the Raiders. But the week before that, against New Orleans, they're basically in that same spot. That's why I have us losing that game against the Saints and bouncing back next week against the Jaguars. Again, there you guys have it, 12-5 for the Las Vegas Raiders. Get that bet in, man. Appreciate each and every one of you for taking the time out to watch this entire video. Please be sure to smack down the like button, comment, subscribe. If you guys got any questions, please leave them down in the comments. Let's get this money, man. I got the Kansas City Chiefs coming up next. Y'all stay tuned. Also, to all my gamers, stay tuned, man. Live streams coming. All that good stuff's coming, man. Hit the like button, comment, subscribe. I'm out. Peace.